freshman at Hokum High School. I live in two households, one with my father and his girlfriend, and one with my mother and her wife. I'm active in my school's choir and in Harbor Include, which is a group center where LGBTQ+ kids can be themselves in a safe environment. I've been growing up in a very diverse family. I came out as bisexual when I was 10, and then at the age of 12, I came out as pansexual. I was extremely afraid when I came out to my family and friends. I was afraid because I believed no one would accept me for who I am, because I happen to be a very different person. I have always dressed very differently, and I have a different way of doing things that others could find very strange. I've always stood up for what I thought was right. I stand out from the rest, and even with all of that, I have found a place where I'm able to be myself and do the things that I want, but that hasn't always been the case. I've had a bully throughout most of my life, and I was in about first grade when it started. My bully had always tried to be my friend at first, but then she would turn on me just when she thought she was my friend. She wouldn't allow me to have other friends. She would cuss me out when we were on the playground. She would bribe me to stay her friend. She would spread lies about me. She has pushed me around, used me to try and get more friends, would get angry at me for not doing things her way, so I would have to apologize. She would constantly get me in trouble, and she would verbally harass me all throughout the years. When I was in class at the end of my 7th grade year, she finally did something that warranted more to happen. She sexually assaulted me. I was in class with a strapless dress on that supported my cleavage, so I wasn't wearing a bra. She knew that I wasn't wearing a bra and decided to pull down my dress and expose me in my class. I was too afraid to tell anyone about what had happened, and the teacher saw what happened, and she did nothing. I pulled up my dress and started to cry in class, but the teacher, again, did nothing. My close friend told me that I should do something, but I was so afraid, so he did it for me. He told me about what he did, and I was happy but terrified that he helped me. The counselor never called me in to talk to me about the incident, and when they called my mother, they didn't even give her basic information. I, however, came home in tears and told my mother about what had happened. She went into the school the next day and flipped out, because even before this, she had tried to get my bully out of my life, and the schools did nothing. In the end, my bully got suspended for the rest of the year, which was only about 1 week, and I think they should have had worse punishment. For the next 3 years, she's been out of my classes and out of anything that has to do with me. She wasn't even allowed to speak to me after what had happened. It took 7 years for the school to finally do something. It took her to sexually harass me for the school to do something. My mother came in and had to threaten the school for them to do something. The real questions are, why did it take that long? Why is this still happening? Why do the schools allow this to happen? Why do I have to be afraid to go to school? Why are the adults in my life at school, what are the adults in my life at school doing to ensure that I don't continue getting bullied? We aren't taught about having better coping skills. We aren't taught about how to be kind to each other. We aren't taught about how to make things better. It's been 26 years since my mother has went to Hokum High School, and she had to leave and graduate from Aberdeen because she had gotten bullied as well. Nothing has changed, and nothing has gotten better. What are you, as the adults, gonna do about it? If you don't mind taking a little insight from a 15-year-old, I have a few things to suggest. I recommend we get bag checks and metal detectors within all schools, and we have to start talking to kids like me about bullying and the issues that come with it. We know that the statistics show that depression and bullying can lead to inner turmoil and cause people to make split-second decisions. Depression and mental illness should be talked about more, and we should stop stigmatizing kids for being bad just because they have these illnesses. We need trained counselors in all schools, and we need to train school staff so they are able to handle these problems. They can't just let these things go anymore. We need trained students so they're able to stand up against these bullies and not cower in fear. I'm urging the administration at Hokum High to start training students because the staff about bullying and mental illnesses, because these things can't just be left alone. Since my birth in 2002, there has been 596 school shootings where people have been shot and wounded or shot and killed. Things need to change, and this needs to end.